Hi everyone, you're watching Good for the Game TV Thursday night. It's time for GGGaming Gone Mad. We're going to be talking about some of the big sporting events taking place this weekend. There is, of course, the Cricket World Cup final. We now know which teams will be playing in that. The start of Currie Cup Rugby, we'll touch on that as well. And yeah, whatever else we want to chat about, certainly Wimbledon is going to be huge as well. We've got the men's semi-finals taking place tomorrow. Well, joining me on the line to talk sports betting, he was on top form last week with his Durban July tip. Do it again. Absolutely a storm dome to win well. Gary Lentin, good to have you back on the show, and well done on that July pick.
Thank you, Brent. Yeah. I mean, the only thing, not a hollow victory, the fact that her arm was crashed. I mean, at the end of the day, I did also say that the horse was dilly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Brent? And I took that exactly the way it was. And just on the line through certain forms, I don't think Awan would have, I mean, you can't say anything, but I don't think Awan would have beaten. I think Awan would have finished close to Twist of Fate. And if you look how bad Barron ran, and, you know, the cock had been saying for how many weeks that horse was as close to a warm as he knew. You got to think that the best horse, certainly the best horse on the day, there can be no excuses. Other horses, Uncle Willie bumped its head, did whatever it did. You know, part of the game is getting your horse down to the start, getting it into the starting stalls and having it properly schooled and everything, that it goes and gets out of the starting stalls properly, you know. And that never happened. And, you know, good luck to the Snake Yard. They run a tremendously professional outfit, and that also was tuned up, and it was absolutely great run. And, you know, also, you know, credit to the second horse, you know what I mean? He's a length and a half, in my opinion, inferior to Do It Again, and there's no shame in that, because Do It Again could be the best horse we've seen for a long time, you know. But yeah, the second horse also ran a crack. It was a great race, you know what I'm saying? It really was. And I thought it was a reasonable day's racing, all in all, you know.
Yeah, and I want to get on to your horse now, because that was a bit unlucky. But let me tell you something, Gary. Durban July. It's the one time of the year where I get contacted by, I mean, friends of my daughter's parents were contacting me to get bets on. So I got literally hundreds of bets on the Durban July. Do you know what a scratching does as far as complicating matters goes? No. It was unbelievable, because I've told people, I've sent them their tickets. You got whatever, 2,200 to 100 a warm. You got 5 to 2 a warm. You got this, that. It's in swingers, it's in box swingers, it's in trifectas. My word, it took me about a day and a half to reconcile all the bets, because it was, and then you got to explain to a non-punter why there's a deduction on the bet. I mean, it was crazy stuff.
Ridiculous. Look, what we did, we took advantage of the situation, right? Because there's an anti-post book as well. So how it works basically, Brent, is until the final field is announced, there's an anti-post book. And had you backed a warm in the anti-post book before the final field, you would have lost your money, right? At GGGaming, we just paid everybody out. We gave everybody their money back, and if they had doubles that had gone through on the anti-post, we paid them out in all the legs that had come together at that stage, you know? So, you know, it was a horrible situation. And, I mean, obviously, we all want to see how good a warm is, and we want to see him get back to the racetrack. And, you know, we'd like him to Do It Again on Wait for Age terms one day in the future and see who is really the best, you know what I mean? But we paid everybody out, because I know it's such a nightmare. I mean, even the system that we got, which are as good as you can get in the country, takes so long on July Day to process the scratching. No, it was a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Nightmare. Look,
it was a nightmare. And tell us about your horse, Gary, because I'd forgotten the name of your horse. I backed another horse in the 8th race. By this stage, I was chasing. I will tell you, I had a happy ending. I actually ended up backing a 12-1 shot, I think, Celtic Sea.
That Brent, or did you get it at the race course?
Perhaps happy ending was the wrong wording there. Your horse in the 8th, I couldn't remember. I ended up backing a horse, and I think I backed, let's just say, number 12, and yours was number 2. And this horse stormed through from the back of the field. I watched it the whole way through. I was shouting at home thinking I'd backed it. In the end, it got pipped off, and I was screaming and shouting, and yeah, I was grumpy. And it turned out I hadn't backed the horse, but that was your horse.
My horse ran second, got beaten a short. He had probably 8 lengths in the last 120 meters. He's an absolute certainty next time. He's a really nice horse. I'm not just saying it because he's my horse. He's exceptionally well handicapped. He races off, probably got a 95 merit rating now, which is far too low. Probably 110, 115 horse. So we're getting 5 kilos in every race that we run, if we run it in a handicap, you know. We've learned how to race him now from slightly off the pace. We got a nice offer for him the next day, which we declined. We're going to race. I mean, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? We bought him to have fun with him. And I think he's got a big race in himself for us. I really believe probably got 1 or 2 nice races for us. So we're going to continue racing Silver Maple. And yeah, I've got big hope for him. And I mean, obviously, every time he runs, I'll give the guys the oil on the show. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one for hiding and keeping prices for myself. That's not my style. And yeah, let's see where we go with him, Brent.
Excellent. Well, let's move on to the Cricket World Cup, Gary. We've got our finalists now. And of course, the big shock was New Zealand beating India. I mean, New Zealand were 9-1, I saw. to win the World Cup in the semi-finals, pretty much the same price at which they started the tournament.
Correct.
And I mean, after a slow start, yes, they maybe benefited perhaps from the overnight, or the rain delay or something. I don't know. But the bottom line is they were too good for India and they won convincingly.
Of course, there's no excuses. I feel sorry for Kohli. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's a knockout. He knows that. He had to do everything right on the day, and they couldn't. He went early. Once Sharma went, I always felt. I'm not saying that I'd gone for New Zealand. I hadn't. But when they got Sharma early, and I saw that it was doing something, I remember thinking to myself, if they get Kohli before he's got 10 or 15 and his feet are working and he's comfortable, they got a big chance here in New Zealand. Because it doesn't matter who you are and how professional you are. You see Sharma go, then you see Kohli go, and you coming in at 6 or 7. You know what I'm saying? How can you have any confidence? These are the guys you built your life around. Having said that, don't
They made a go of it.
It would have been so exciting had that run out not transpired, because I think, again, they timed it perfectly for what he does. But, he takes a chance and there's always the risk that something's going to go wrong, run out of batsman or get an unlucky decision or get run out. And, this was an occasion where it didn't work. And unfortunately for him, it's on the biggest stage ever. They got to wait another 4 years, India. It's in India next time. He
certainly won't be there next time to lead the chase. That's for sure.
They'll replace him. They got to. You can't see them getting beaten in 4 years' time. I mean, in India. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, they weren't good. Exactly what you said, Brent. They weren't good enough on the day. They only had to chase 240. And they weren't able to do that. And that's their problem. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I just want to tell the office I'm on the phone. I'll call him in 10 minutes. At the end of the day, that's it. India go back home and they got to live with it. And as sad and as sick as they might feel, New Zealand will be there on Sunday to play England. And what we saw today, I suppose maybe better to be back in India, and having a nice Ruby Murray than going out there and getting smashed by England. You know what I'm saying? Because what we saw today was clinical.
Yeah, England looked qualified, Gary.
At the end of the day, they had to win that game by 200 runs. I'm just going to see what's come through from the office,
No problem. While we're talking, the boys from Good for the Game are whacking you on a price on your curry cup or something.
I mean, this guy's mad. I mean, he sends a bet now. Can I tell you who he wants to back? I think not a word of it. In Iceland League 1, he wants to take the double. Trotter Jakovic and both teams to score yes. On to Fram Regejelek and both teams to score yes. He's looking for 330,000 to 30,000. I mean, he's
whoa.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Let me just send my lady a message out. It's really rude to do it.
No, bro. While you're doing that, Gary, I want to ask a question from the live chat. Sean Nicholas is asking you, how many bets did you lay? Quite a bit of. Remember, you had those specials at the start of the tournament. England onto England, New Zealand onto New Zealand. I know one or two guys on my poker group back New Zealand onto New Zealand I took with you.
Yes.
Did you lay quite a bit of the double going in, the two countries into each other in the World Cup?
We have laid a little bit of it. We're not in tremendous problem. We laid a lot of South Africa. Remember the guys on the show, Brent, they got the option that they get their money back in South Africa World Cup rugby. You know what I'm saying? And that's something we'll touch on. And I'm going to be in Ibiza next Thursday night. But I definitely want to do the show because I want to discuss that match. You know what I'm saying? I'm really looking forward to the championship that gets started up there. We've laid a little bit of. We laid probably more South Africa, and Australia than we have England, and New Zealand, And we did lay a lot of both of them, the India-Wales type of story. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, the betting's out a little bit shorter than 3-10 England, and I think they deserve it. For New Zealand to win this, I'm not so much of the belief that Williamson has to get runs. I'm more of the belief that they got to get into England early, like they did against England, and Bolt and Ferguson and whoever they got. Need to put England on the back foot. If you let Roy and Bairstow get away from you, you're dead. Because, I mean, just think about it. If they get to 70, they do it so quickly. You know what I mean? And England, when the first wicket falls, they're 17 for 1 after 9 overs. You're gone. Root, Morgan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just doesn't stop. You know what I mean? Butler, Stokes. You know what I mean? Well, it just doesn't stop. So you have to put them on the back foot early. And if you don't do that, England will run away from that. There's no target that England will be scared of. If England had to chase 350, they know they can get it because they know they could have got 350 today if they had to against Stark Cummins on a wicket that had a little bit in it. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be terribly frightened. If they have to go out there and bat first, They've got to believe that if they put up a total of 300, there's no way you can that New Zealand batting side can get 300 against the likes of Archer and you know what I mean. They're pretty nippy, those England bowlers. You know what I'm saying? It's not. This is not an old England side of Jeff Boycott and you know what I'm saying. That bunch. You know what I mean? These guys, they can really play. You know what I'm saying? I'll be shocked to see England lose this World Cup now. I'll be shocked.
Yeah, they certainly must go in as big favourites. Handemont just making the point in the live chat. They have been a different side since Roy's been back. He's just given them that momentum up front. Gary, maybe we should run the competition on the World Cup final. Maybe.
I agree with him 1,000,000%. Since Roy's come back, let me just send this. Let me just tell him, lay him.
Are you laying it to him, Gary?
Hey, wait, I'm going to lay it to him. Yeah. So the thing is this, right? Yes, Roy's made such a big difference. And I remember thinking to myself yesterday that had Darwin not got hurt, this Indian side would have also been a better side. You know what I'm saying, Brent? Darwin.
Yeah. True.
You know what I mean? Sharman smashes him around. But Darwin, he's a silent assassin. Let's be honest. He gets to 100 in 89 balls. And you think, how did he do it? He didn't do anything violent or vicious. Anyway, I agree. Enough about the cricket. Let's shoot on. You want to do something with the rugby, you say, Brent?
Or otherwise the Cricket World Cup. Maybe we do a competition on there for the guys in the live chat. Perhaps pick the winning team and the man of the match or something like that.
Winning team, man of the match. We'll give away a voucher there and the combined runs. And then you have to work out.
And the combined run.
Yeah, so run 2 competitions, 2 separate prices. Combined runs, closest wins it. Anybody gets to within 5 and wins it, they're going to double the money. They get a R1,000 voucher.
Brilliant. And the other comp is going to be, so you could put them all on one post, guys, but it's essentially 2 competitions. We want to know who's going to win and the man of the match. That will be for one. And then the other one will be combined runs. Excellent. Thanks, Gary. Let's move on to a bit of rugby because, there's a gap from, I suppose, what we'd call really top flight rugby this weekend for the Rugby Championships not starting yet. But we've got the Curry Cup coming. And as a punter, I love the Curry Cup, Gary. I really do. Are you expecting quite a bit of interest in this?
As a bookmaker, I absolutely hate the Curry Cup. I really do. But yeah, well, I mean, first of all, on a more somber note, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be right of me, you know what I'm saying? Yes. Not make special mention of James Small, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't just a great rugby player or a great personality. He's a great friend of mine and everything, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, he's going to be sorely missed by everybody, you know what I'm saying? Let's just hope that South Africa can produce more characters and more athletes in the mold of James Small going forward, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, forget about that he was cocky with referees. That means nothing, you know what I mean? The man had a heart of gold, and he had a heart that he never took a backward step for anybody, you know what I'm saying? And to think that, never mind 3 people and the coach are dead from that side, to think that legends of the game, you know what I mean, that generations to come will think about, you know what I mean, James and Jonah Lomu, you know what I'm saying? That those 2 guys are no longer with us. It's a terribly sad thing, and, you know, wherever they are, you know what I mean, let their souls rest in peace. But, right, sorry, to move on now.
No problem. He was an absolute legend. And look, Gary, one thing about James Small, I mean, when he was on the field as well, there was no one who played with as much determination and heart as that guy. It was unbelievable. I mean, the World Cup final will forever be remembered for the way, like, he and Joos van der Westhuizen and Mark told Jonah Lomu out.
Yeah, and I mean, you also, while you're saying that, you know what I mean, you also got to give credit to Henny Mala. What was his other? How can I have gone blank? You know what I mean? The 2 centers also did a fantastic job. Your 2 Transvaal centers.
Yes, how hard? No, man, what was his name? Jaapie Mulder?
Jaapie Mulder and Henny LaRue, right?
Henny LaRue, yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Too many tackles. Not too many guys missed any tackles that day, you know. But anyway, right. So the Curry Cup, Brent, we have never, ever had a winning weekend when it comes to Curry Cup. We're an absolute maiden, right? We get smashed out of sight. We're like a tennis ball at Wimbledon, you know what I'm saying? It's just a question of hitting us how you want to and where you want to. You know what I'm saying? Our betting's not out yet. But we will obviously come out to some stage on Tuesday.
2 minutes before kickoff, Gary.
Or, you know what I mean? Just afterwards. We come out sometime on Sunday afternoon. But we will come out. But I have seen a lot of the lines, and I can't work out in my mind what I really think is going to... It's so difficult with the first week. It is guessing. I mean, at the end of the day, I fancy Natal, new coach, bit of new blood. You know what I'm saying? Could be really motivated. I'm not sure about Transvaal at home to the Pumas. What are they, about 10.5, 11.5? Not convinced.
I've still got to, because of running around, we've got a power fade at our place. I haven't had a chance to look up. We're doing our rugby show after this at 9. Now we've got Hindemont Couch Critic coming on, and Henrik absolutely loves the Curry Cup, and he actually tweeted when I put the link out to the show on Twitter. He said he hopes. What did he say? Something about he hopes the bookmakers have got their painkillers or something like that, because he can't wait to climb in. And that's the point you make. The punters potentially have the edge in the Curry Cup.
Definitely. And I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I mean, we will come out. It's just a question of, because it's the first game, and actually, you know what I mean, I've been a little bit hesitant to put it up there early. I can't see the advantage of putting up the Curry Cup early, you know what I'm saying? Especially in week one. Once I've seen the form for a week or two, I don't mind doing it, you know, and then we will come out early. But now, I mean, you know what I mean? The truth be told, and I'm not having a go at any other bookmakers, right? You know, I don't say no to, you know, we don't put up a price and lay $3,000 and then change the price and close the market and scream and shout and cry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's very difficult to come out early, because my good customers are going to find it. If I say you've got $5,000 because it's a Curry Cup, he's going to say, you know what? You know what I mean? Go buy yourself a McDonald's and leave me alone. I want 25. You know what I mean? And then you lay him 25, and his cousin phones and say, but how can you lay him 25 and now you only want to lay me 10? You say, yes, the market moved from 10.5 to 12.5. Yes, but doesn't matter. I went to school with you and that guy, this, and I end up standing team for far more than I won in the Curry Cup. So give me a week or two to ease into it. You know what I mean? We built Henrik's house, as it turns out, at GGGaming. And it turned up his driveway, got these two big G's there, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I'm going to definitely watch your show, Brent, because I do need some guidance, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, Henrik could have done his homework, and I think Couch, Hein is actually watching live now. He can confirm whether he's... In fact, I know he wrote a preview for our site today on the Curry Cup with his outright tips. So we'll have a look at the outright markets, and we'll also have a look and see what the boys think on the handicap there. It should be a good one. So looking forward to that. And then, Gary, I guess looking this weekend, it's not the biggest weekend of sport. Obviously, there's like the Tour de France, but over the weekend, but also Wimbledon tennis, of course.
Yes, of course. I mean, let's go to Wimbledon. I mean, the women's final set, you know what I'm saying? I suppose the two best, generally it is, that get to the final, not always. But Serena against Halep, I mean, it's going to be interesting.
Sorry, I'm just disappearing to try and keep talking, Gary. I'm just going to plug my laptop in. The battery's dying.
All power Serena, you know what I'm saying, and a little bit more sort of like maneuvering around the court in Halep. It's going to be an interesting game. I see about 5.5 to 10 Serena. I'm going to just give my one tip there, and my tip is back both of them to win 2-1. So in other words, you know what I'm saying, whoever wins the first set, you're having a punt that the other one will win the second set. I think that will happen, you know what I'm saying, Brent? I think it'll be fairly tightly contested, you know?
No, I think so. I like that too. And I'm funny, in the women's final at Wimbledon, often, I don't want to say it throws up a surprise, but do you think it'll be a cakewalk? And it often goes the distance. Just Henrik's popped onto the show and he says, Gary, you're talking absolute nonsense. He can't win with you guys.
Oh, my God. I promise you now, we've got overdraft because of him. So that's all good. But I mean, and then the men's, can I just get to the men's? Because I think that tomorrow,
yes,
it may or may not be, but it may very well be the last time that we've seen Nadal and Federer in a major match against it, in a major tournament match.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they'll meet each other in other places. I believe they're coming here in September, Brent.
Oh, I saw something about that, yes.
Yeah. But it could be the last time they meet in a major, in a semi-final that late in a tournament. I mean, at the beginning of the tournament, you would have thought Federer was going to be much too good, but what we've seen so far, Nadal seemed to be playing as well here as he did at Roland Garros. And, you know, I hate to say it, but I'm going to stick my neck out and say that I think that, 8 to 10 Nadal is probably a big price tomorrow. And if he does get through, I don't think Federer can beat Djokovic, but I think Nadal can beat Djokovic.
Okay, yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think Djokovic has got it over Federer there. But anyway, either way you're looking at it, look, I can't see Djokovic not making the final. So either way you look at it, you got one of the big finals again at Wimbledon coming up. But for me, Gary, I mean, I don't know, when I last looked, and this is probably before the quarterfinals, I think Djokovic was 13 to 20. I doubt he's probably gone in 5 to 10 now, hey?
Probably about that, I mean, 11 to 20. He's hovered around the way. You know what I mean? He hasn't been troubled by anybody. And, unless it's Nadal or Federer at their absolute best, you can't see him getting beaten. But, they can raise their games, those two. Don't worry about them. You know what I'm saying? And also, this is the last chance not the last chance, but one of the last chances they've got to add to their major halls. You know what I'm saying, Brent? Which then makes it a little bit more difficult for Djokovic to catch them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he is a big threat to go past them both. So, it's going to be a great thing. And then the other thing is, just before we go, I'm not saying that we've got to go, and that is the British Open. By the time we talk next Thursday, the first
yes.
well and truly underway. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be honest with you. I'm going to stick my neck out. I think that McElroy is going to win it by more than 4 shots.
Really, hey?
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do that. But what I want to do, I want somebody to share. You don't like him?
No. I'm backed him in the Masters. I haven't looked at the Open. I'm actually a big fan of his. So if you like him, I'll probably have a good go as well.
I would definitely have a go at him. All right, and is there anything else from your side? So I want to just run one. We've got one where we can't lie. We have to put something up, and the guys have to guess what it is.
Nothing else from my side, Gary.
Okay, so I'm going to put a condiment on my steak that my wife's patiently waiting there to give to me. You know what I'm saying? And let's do this. Let's let the guys send in what they think the condiment is. I'm going to hold it in my hand. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Under the table, so I can't take it away. Give them 30 seconds before we ring off, and we'll give them a 200 Rand free bet.
200 Rand free bet, guys. You just got to guess the condiment that's in Gary's hand under the table. And we'll see we'll give them a couple of seconds. The first one that's come up is black pepper, HP sauce. Let's see what else comes out of the woodwork here. Tabasco sauce. Anyone close yet, Gary? Tabasco sauce, another one. Tabasco, yeah. There we go. So the first person who got Tabasco.
We've got to have a tiebreak, Brent.
I'd probably, we could do alternatively. I would have to say give it to the guy who got it first. I suppose that would be fair, Gary.
Have a tiebreak. I'm going to put another condiment under the table, just those 2 guys, right? And
Nathan and Kevin Turner. Nathan and Kevin, you got a tiebreaker, lads.
Hold on 1 second, Nicolette. I'll call you in a minute. 1 minute.
By the way, Sean Nicholas said Viagra. That wasn't it, was it?
No. That I take in that. I don't take that at home with my missus or you.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Have they had a go yet?
Okay. Let's have a look. Nathan and Kevin, have a go. Gary's holding something else under the table.
Not something else. It's a condiment. Not something else. Otherwise, it'll be too easy.
He's holding a condiment under the table. Let's have a look. The guys haven't had a go yet. They are lagging a few seconds behind us. And okay. I'll tell the 2 of them, they just got to go until one of them get it.
Okay, yeah.
Tomato sauce, Nathan.
No.
Garlic butter.
No.
Kevin Turner.
I'm having a steak, not a lobster.
Keep going, guys. They're probably straining to think of different condiments. Salt, chutney. Salt. Nathan says chutney, salt.
There it is, chutney.
Oh, what's that? Chutney. Well, Nathan, well done. You got it. So, Nathan, you get a 200 Rand free bet there at GGGaming. Gary, thanks a lot, man. I'm going to cut the show now just so that I can quickly get ready for the rugby show.
I'm going to watch that, and I'll speak to you guys all from Ibiza next Thursday night. And, have a wonderful weekend punting. It's a little bit quieter than it's going to be next week, but have a great week, guys, and we'll chat to you next time.
Excellent. Gary Lentin, thanks very much. Thanks to all the guys in the live chat. It was great having you on. I will be in contact with the winners early next week. And well done to Nathan. He's won a 200 Rand voucher on the show already by guessing the chutney there. Guys, I'm going to cut it off now. Thanks very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do go below and subscribe. And we'll be back in around 6 minutes with the rugby show. Hein and Henrik going to be talking Curry Cup betting.